Welcome to Lost Files. There are stories that simply refuse to end, case files that the police have closed, but the questions linger, burning wide open. This is where we break down the most baffling cold cases and mysterious disappearances across the US and Canada. We don't just tell these stories. We scrutinize every detail, every forgotten clue, and every unsettling theory behind these truly inexplicable vanishings. Our first file is an anomaly, a case that seems to defy the very laws of physics and conventional investigation. It was the dead of night, August 9, 2013. Brandon Lawson, a 26-year-old father, was driving alone on a desolate, black strip of Highway FM 2088 in rural Texas. After an argument, he called his brother, simply stating that his truck had run out of gas. A few minutes later, Brandon made a frantic, whispered call to 911. This 6-minute recording is the single most critical piece of evidence, yet it remains the most terrifying and incomprehensible part of the entire file. If you listen closely to the transcript, through the static and the heavy breathing, you hear him say, "We're in the field. I ran into the people." Then, faintly, "Please hurry." What sequence of events, what sheer terror, unfolded in those 6 minutes to push a man to such desperation? When Brandon's brother finally arrived, the red pickup truck was found abandoned on the roadside. The keys were still in the ignition, but Brandon was nowhere to be found. It was as if he simply evaporated into the arid Texas air. Search teams combed the desolate, brushy scrubland. They found nothing but his cap. There was no sign of a struggle, no tracks leading away from the vehicle. It was an unnatural erasure, a perfect vacuum where a human being should have been. We know that when his girlfriend called him back, Brandon told her he was hiding a mile away from the truck. He claimed he was hiding from people, but local authorities found no sign of any other vehicles or persons in that remote area that night. Who, or what, did Brandon fear so intensely? Months later, some of Brandon's personal belongings, including his shoe and cell phone, were recovered, located strangely close to the abandoned truck. This tells us he was not lost, but deliberately concealing himself. Yet, the man himself remains missing, a ghost in the American heartland. The sheer remoteness of the area, the chilling terror in his final plea, and the absolute lack of conventional evidence force Lost Files to confront a powerful, albeit controversial, hypothesis: the dimensional rift. This is a concept discussed frequently in the dark corners of North American disappearances, particularly those near established ley lines or vortexes of power. The idea is that these remote locations are susceptible to momentary slips in the fabric of space and time. Brandon may not have been running from people. Perhaps he stumbled directly into an invisible portal, a brief but catastrophic dimensional rift. Was the distorted audio on the 911 call not just static, but the sound of reality itself tearing around him? The file of Brandon Lawson stands as a terrifying testament to this theory. His disappearance may not be a simple crime, but a tragic encounter with an unseen force, a moment when the laws of nature and human life were inexplicably suspended. This case is officially closed by investigators. But as long as there are questions left unanswered, Lost Files will keep digging into the shadows. Brandon Lawson's story, and every other name in our archives, deserves illumination. What do you believe happened on that dark Texas highway? Let us know your theory in the comments below. Don't let these stories fade into the wind. Hit subscribe to Lost Files for the next chilling cold case. We'll see you soon.